Alright, I've got a second board here that I've just quickly chucked some light blue down. It's wet, it's still wet, and it's like when you're doing resin, it's like you're just greasing the pan. It's just like it's giving the paint somewhere to be able to slide. I wasn't sure if I'd done a ring pour with you or not, but I'm going to do like a dirty pour ring pour and see how it goes. So this is the cup that was left from the base coat here that I've just put on, and I'm just going to just throw the colours in. So just chucking these in as I go. Now when you're doing a ring pour, you generally like to hold the cups close together so that you're not mixing the paints up. You're more doing a nice layering in your cup. When you're doing a dirty pour, you hold it up higher. Mina Valagius, I can't remember her name. She does heaps of these type of dirty pour. So she does a dirty cup ring pour, is what I should say. And she's absolutely brilliant at it. She's got some absolutely beautiful pieces, and the colours that she puts together. So she's making me feel brave today, and I've got like orange gold, the really dark reddy maroon colour in the white, and yeah, I'm going to do a dirty cup ring pour. So holding it up so it doesn't matter too much with the first one, and you don't want to do too many layers, so you don't want to go like one up, like little bit. You want to put a decent amount in, so I've put about a third of what I had left in there. I'm going to go with the orange. So when you're holding it up, it sinks. So I don't know if you can see this, but when I'm holding it up, so it's mixing in, sorry about my dog, Tony, be quiet, with the other paint, not layering. So I've got heaps of white, so again, up here, I don't care too much about it dripping on the canvas, well, board I should say. Again, so up high, and stop. And you've got to be careful with the darker colours because they will want to take over. Again, gold, and I'll do some white again. You can see, I'll give you a quick look at the cup, if you can see that it's starting to sell up in the cup. You can see that pretty, is that focusing? I hope it is. So we'll just go again with some up high. I hope I'm in camera view here, God. Up high, some more white. So just going for it. This is the technique that will muddy the most. Like, you'll get mud if you just keep like little layer, it'll just turn to mud. So you can see it sitting in the cup. There's some selling starting, and that's just, again, that's just the Floetrol. I'm going to start, and I'm going to start on this end, and you can see that as it's going on the canvas, it's mixed, like they've mixed the colours, but you'll still get this beautiful effect. And Mina does some, she's just some awesome with her metallics and plums and aqua, gold. Normally I will turn and rotate the other way, but I'm not going to do that with this one because I'm going to do another cup because I've still got some paint left. And I'm just doing that little, and then stop, and put your finger there so you don't drip. And we'll go again. So I'll start with the white this time. So the white. I probably won't put the dark in next to that because, so on gold. Some orange. So again, like the higher up you hold it, put some more blue in. That's the end of my blue. And probably don't do it over the top of your pour. I'm just doing it because I'm showing you. because if you spill when you're, like when I'm finished with this cup, if you go to move, it'll drop. So I'm just trying to be as careful as I can. I'm gonna put some more gold in. That's the end of that. I'll put some dark in. Some light. Oh, I might leave that. So I'll just leave that for a second. So I'm leaving it sit, and you can see the cells are already starting in the cup. And it's a really good method for when you're a beginner too, but again, it's hard to make it not mud. Make sure the consistency of the paint is what it should be for a ring pour. So, you know, like when it leaves that little trace on the top of the paint, and then you count to 1, 2, 3, and then you can see it start to sink. That's the consistency for this type of pour. So I did a little swipe before, and I thickened them up just a tad so I could do this. So I'll just do another. And there's no, you don't have to do 1 ring, 2 ring. You can do like a round. I know Mina does that quite a lot, where she'll start, like she'll go here and she'll start doing like a little torpedo sort of effect. And then stop for a second. And see how these are the same colours, but you're getting a very different bring it in. There's no wrong with fluid art. It's, you do what you do. It's just do it. I'm going to just put a little bit dark here just to run it off. A bit here. I want to run it off. I'm using a lot more paint than you'd need to. It's just that it's really warm here today, and my paint is thickening quite quickly. So and you see this, I mean, look at this beautiful effect here. It's almost like little waves that are going on. And like, if you get a chance, go on and have a look at Mina Villages, Villages. And the pours that she does is, like I said, man, she's been doing it for a long time, and she can just, doesn't matter what colours she chooses or what, she just does a brilliant job every time. I'm just going to hit it quickly with the torch. Because I don't know if you've watched any of the previous videos, normally with a ring pour, I won't torch it because I don't want to bring the cells up. But with this is a dirty cup ring pour, so it's a little bit different. I'm not looking for exact, precise rings that you can get. If I can get it, I'll show you the little tiny piece that I did just a minute ago for, it's a gift for a lid. I'm worried that I see how you're getting more of a defined ring on those. I've got to make sure I put it in the middle again so it stands, because I've got this one covered. So my torch out of the way. So I'll start tilting. And so the other thing, sorry, I should explain too, is that when you're pouring into the cup, when you're doing a ring pour, the first colour that you pour into the cup, so that's going to be on the bottom, is going to be the last that you pour out. So it's going to be your centerpiece, and then the rest is going to be tipped off. With the dirty pour, it doesn't matter so much because you're pouring it in, and it's mixing to an extent. See, I like the second cup better than I like the first one, but it depends too on how it dries. Sometimes I'll do a pour and I'll go, God, that looks horrible. And then I'll come back a day or two later and look at it and go, oh, I don't mind that. And again, I resin most of my pieces, if not varnish them, so you get that gloss, glassy look. I just can't. You can't go past resin. I love resin, and I love my acrylic pouring. So I do see how the lines. You can see, even though that was a dirty pour, you can see some very distinct lines in this part here. And again, it's about the consistency. So I don't want to pour too much off. I just want to get that corner bit. If you don't put something on the board or the canvas before you do a ring pour, the problem is that your paint will roll over itself and you will lose your patterns. So that's why you put a layer down and give your actual paint that you're pouring something to slide on. See, I don't particularly like the googly bit down there so I'm going to try to tip some of that off without losing too much of my ring. And down to that bottom, almost in the center, the little tornado thingy that I did. So I'll draw just a little bit of an angle. And again, it's all about not the speed of how you tilt, it's just take your time, look at it, put it down, have a look again, see what you like, what you don't like. So I'll stop there, have a look, check my corners. Pretty happy with that actually. So got a little bit of an earthy. See, the orange didn't really, I was really worried about the orange taking over, but the orange is mixed with the gold. So when that dries, it'll have more of a gold tone to it rather than orange. So and it's amazing too that sometimes you can get these colors that come up that you didn't use that color and you're like, where the heck did that come from? So I've got almost like a rose color here, and that would be just from the white and that the black that I mixed with the red to get that deep maroon. And I've got like this rosy, I wouldn't want it to go, it'd be muddy if you mixed them too much, but as this settles now, it's going to pop through. And these down here, this is going to start to sink. You can see already it's going to, I'll just hit it with a little bit of a torch to get rid of some air bubbles. But I don't want to get too much, I don't want to get tiny, teeny little, so I hit it here a little bit too close. And there's tiny little, I don't want that all over here. I'm really liking the definition of that, and I'm really liking the blue that's coming through. So, and everyone's different. You might hate it. It's just another technique. So that one's a dirty cup ring pour, and yeah, it takes a little bit of practice. It does take a bit. Do your ring pours first. Get used to doing those first with your layering, and then start doing the dirty pours, because as I said, it's very easy to get a big pile of mush, especially if you haven't got the paint the right thickness. So there you go. I hope you like that one. I'm really happy with it. I'm really pleased with how that one came out. I wasn't expecting that. Happy little surprise, that one. So yeah, give that one a go.